Hello everyone. Today with us Uwais Shaikh. He is a performance marketer having a programmatic advertising experience of 6 years, and he has worked with companies like GroupM, Logicserve Digital, and he's currently working with Walt Disney as a performance marketer. And he comes with a lot of experience in performance marketing campaigns, which are managed programmatically. So, welcome, Wes, to this programmatic advertising podcast session. So, thank you for giving your time for this session and sharing your valuable insights regarding programmatic advertising, especially in the performance marketing field. So,
Thank you so much,
we will
Kisle,
start.
for having me here.
Yeah.
It's very. I'm very happy to see this initiative being led by you because there are very few podcasts that actually specifically talks about these topics. Very excited to have a fruitful conversation with you.
Yes, because I was going through your posts, and I think I am following you since last 1 year, and I have seen that you have already imparted trainings in related to performance marketing, and also was going through your post that where you attended sessions of Meta and all. So it is good to see people sharing their knowledge regarding performance marketing, and also like sharing is caring. Like the more you learn and more you share your learnings, that only enhances your scope of learning, and not making it limited is something which is not seen too much currently. And programmatic
Totally agreed.
advertising, yeah,
Yeah,
and programmatic advertising is a domain where people have limited knowledge currently, and it is better that if we share the insights from your side and know your viewpoints regarding some specific set of questions, then there will be better clarity regarding the points which we discuss. So I'll start
yeah.
with the first question. So first question is that what channels and platforms have you utilized for programmatic advertising campaigns?
Yeah. So we utilize a mix of a lot of channels for, let's say, display and video advertising needs. We use programmatic advertising channels or demand side platforms like DV360 primarily. I've noticed that DV360 is a center channel in terms of programmatic stack for a lot of brands in last couple of years, followed by MediaMath, Taboola, Columbia, Adobe, DSP. There are many out there, but in my experience, I've noticed that the kind of offering that DV360 gives in terms of audience targeting, creatives, the machine learning that it has, the data knowledge that Google has uh, in the systems that gives you return on investment for your KPIs. I think DV360 is the best programmatic channel out there, and my also personal favorite. So I've been working on DV360 for past 6 years, and I think it offers you
Is the most used
campaigns
platform?
for all of your yeah. Followed by we also used channels like Meta, which is obviously the biggest giant out there for social media marketing. But what I've noticed that in my current experience that Snapchat and TikTok are also quite big in Middle Eastern countries. The penetration of Snapchat and TikTok is not as big as Meta, but at least at par with Meta. It is over there, and the audience that it has on their platforms is typically in the range of like the younger ones who are very digital savvy. So I think Snapchat and TikTok are also quite big channels that brands can use to leverage and run campaigns and to cater the younger audiences.
Can you be a bit louder? I think your voice is a little bit low, the lower side.
Let me just try once
Please
more.
keep
Is
on.
it audible now properly?
Yeah, it is audible. Can you be a bit high
My voice
side?
is higher.
Yes, yes. Now it is okay. So
Okay.
now we'll move on to the next question. The second question is how does programmatic advertising align with the overall marketing strategy and business goal for brands?
Hmm. So programmatic advertising seamlessly aligns with the marketing strategies because it offers precision targeting. it offers cost efficiency because the CPMs that you see on programmatic channels like DV360, it is typically very less than what you see on other channels, because there are tens of thousands of websites and apps that are directly available to serve ads on via these demand side platforms. So the CPMs are quite less. And if there's a business goal to uh, have unique reach at a particular scale, then I think programmatic is the best channel out there, because at a lower cost you will be fulfilling your branding campaign objective, something like unique reach, at a very lower CPM. And then the data driven nature of programmatic that enables brands to make informed decisions that actually helps align with the business goals.
Okay. So we'll move on to the third question, that can you describe how programmatic helps to reach specific audience segments effectively? Well, we have a lot
Yes,
of
yes.
audience segments in which we use generally for running any kind of promotional campaign. So how do you think that this programmatic advertising helps to reach those particular audience segments in a very effective manner?
I think programmatic advertising empowers us to reach these audiences very effectively, because whatever you need, brand needs are, example, demographics, affinity, anything. All of that is like readily available. When I talk about DV360, all of these audiences are directly available for free to target. If you want a particular male audience segment for age group from 18 to 24, and if he is a cricket enthusiast, that audience is directly available for you. If you are a BFSI brand, you want something to target like someone who is interested in loans, or who is looking out currently in the market for a mutual fund. All of that audience is directly available, because the Google has knowledge of these audiences from search engines, from Gmail, from various sources, and all of those signals are fed back directly into the demand side platform, and you have to just drag and drop into your campaign. So it offers audience segmentations very easily for all the campaigns. And talking about, let's say, even if your audience needs is are beyond this, there are custom segments also that you can go after. For example, you can type a particular movie name, and the keywords around those movie names. Watch movie online, watch this particular movie online at this website, and you can create an audience out of it. So now DV360 will help you target these audiences who are searching for these keywords in the real time. So all of this audience segments are easily available for you to utilize them in your campaigns.
So, one thing that I would like to ask you, that these audience segments are generally like generated through the inbuilt DMPs, CDPs, and CRMs, which are available as a feature in DV360.
Yes, yes. A mix of a lot of them. You're right. So even if, let's say, a particular audience is not available by Google itself as a Google audience, there are third-party audience management platforms also, like Bluekai, Lotame. These have fine-tuned segments. I think typically taken from telecom companies. They have fine-tuned segments like, this is a high-value customer. They have shopped in past 30 days. The ticket size of this customer can be this high. So all of that audience segments are also available to use. They charge a certain premium CPM on it, but then it is, I think, worth to try.
All right. So we'll move on to the first question. This is also related to the key performance indicators. So I would like to ask you that what key performance indicators do you track to measure the success of any programmatic advertising campaigns which we are running?
Right. So the KPIs typically depend on the campaign objectives. For branding, it is mostly CTRs, and then if you are having a YouTube channel and a YouTube video uploaded on them, and if you're launching a trailer, you would want a lot of views on it. So YouTube video views can also be KPI. Let's say a 1 million view, 2 million view, something like that. And then after that, of course, if there's a new launch of a product that is happening, then unique reach would be another KPI that brand would want to look after. So these are typically branding KPIs that helps you measure the effectiveness of the campaign. But I think for performance marketing, it is mostly about conversions. How many conversions are you getting after spending, let's say, $1 million? What's the CPA? What's the cost of conversion that you're getting? Is it in the lines of what you were expecting, or is it higher? Is it lower? The conversion rates that you're getting out of the 1,000 clicks that you have generated, that also is very important. So these are like traditional KPIs that every brand, I think, looks after. But in the current age, where everyone is heading, I think now the brands are maturing and now also looking after incrementality from a channel. So today, if I'm spending $1 million on a particular channel like DV, and then another $1 million again parallelly on Meta, uh, how many conversions am I getting from spending on one channel versus two channels? Is there an increment, or is it something very small, marginal increment, or is it driving a huge impact on my overall conversions that I was getting monthly? So that also is now being, I've seen that is being a KPI in a lot of performance marketing campaigns.
Since you are running performance campaigns since like last 6 years, you are a connoisseur in this field, and you are talking about the YouTube campaigns, and you have been given a particular KPI like conversion KPI out of that campaign, that you need to have certain amount of conversions from these campaigns. But since you also go through the content which you have been provided, like if you are running a video campaign, then you know that what kind of video is it, and whether like from a customer viewpoint, you are also a consumer of that video. So you know that how effective that content is going to be in order to grasp the user attention, because the attention span is also reducing day by day, users attention span. So in that case, so do you also give your inputs to the advertiser that this content needs to be modified in such a way so that we will be able to generate more conversions out of it?
100% that happens actually. So whenever a creative comes in, we definitely do a list of QC checks whether this asset or this video is able to effectively communicate what we are trying to do in the first 15 seconds or not. But like you rightly said, the attention span has now drastically dropped to first 10 or 15 second only. So yes, definitely in the first 15 second, the asset should be able to communicate what it is trying to offer. If it's a gold title that is launching, does it have the actor or the protagonist in the first 10 seconds or not? Is it having call to action in the end or not? So all of that, yes, definitely. And more importantly, we also track the history of our past ads. We compare them, or what has worked in the past for a particular genre. Let's say for a Marvel launch, for a horror movie launch, for sci-fi launch, we compare that with the current ad that has been provided, and give some feedback that this should be fine-tuned, and then we should go live with this ad. So that definitely, yes, helps improve conversions from YouTube ads.
YouTube Ads is one of the publishing channel, and second, the most trend in channel currently, the publishing channel is the Instagram Reels that is being used by most of the users. We generally go on Instagram and we waste our time like searching through the reels and scrolling through the reels and all. So, what is the how do you plan such activities like for any reels and all? Do you plan it through via like through influencer wise channels or through something else? Like, how do you
Uh,
categorize?
Right. Yes, the current trend is, of course, everyone is aware that short form videos are the thing, the vertical formats, basically. We create a mix of all of them, the short form videos, also the landscape videos, also. We run it across YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels. We have done some A/B testing, and yes, we have had influencers also in the assets in the past. So yes, definitely, influencer in the video ad creates more ad recall, because it doesn't feel like an ad. for the end user. It feels like an influencer is talking to you. Hey, go check out the new title that has been launched this week. So it feels very organic for the customer. So it increases engagement rate, it increases your view rate, it also increases your click through rates. And then I guess a lot of A/B testing goes over there as well, with one particular influencer, with another, and then with your brand ad as well. And then you finally create an ad out of making a lot of compositions from it.
The whole process, like right from choosing an influencer with a good reach, and then going for a brand engagement, and then also filtering the content of the ad which you want to see show through the reel, and what is the span of the reels, which is generally very much effective in grabbing the user attention. So what is the average span, like how many seconds?
Typically, in my knowledge, I've seen that 15-second are no doubt best for short form, vertical format, 9 by 16 at 15-second is the best. And the span of a user, I would say, typically depend on the customer itself. But I think 15-second does the job really well.
Content is also like, what is the content and how is the user reacting to it? That is also one of the things which you also keep in mind while planning any campaign.
Agreed, agreed. Content is the king for us, because there's so much of fan following for the content that is being launched from Disney Plus, starting from Marvel. Then there are animated series as well. So much of content is available over there. So therefore, there is so much of audience segmentation that happens in the backend to serve these ads to the right audiences. And and this is where the programmatic channels come into picture and help us cater these audiences with the right ads.
Right. So we'll move on to the next question, and I'll ask you regarding the strategies. So, what strategies can be employed to optimize programmatic advertising campaigns and improve the return on investment?
Right. So what I've noticed that in my experience, that there's no one fixed general strategy that would apply everywhere. You'll have to do a lot of A/B testing. A/B testing in terms of, let's say, creatives. Just like we spoke of, you'll have to try static ads, GIF ads, video ads, vertical video ads, landscape, everything, and do an A/B testing for them. Even in those ads, you'll have to do an A/B test for messaging as well. One message may have a call to action saying something like subscribe now. Other would have a call to action saying something like watch now. Now you'll have to do an A/B testing between these two, and then identify, okay, this particular CTA would work very well for us, followed by an A/B test in your bidding strategy. So previously, like a lot of programmatic campaign used to start with a bid strategy that focuses on clicks, but now, like, there's a shift from clicks to now measurement of conversions as well. So you'll have to A/B test between different conversion bid strategy as well. Something like an auto bid, where you are giving system an input saying that get me maximum conversions out of it from a particular budget. Versus you'll have to also test a target CPA kind of a thing, where you are giving a target to a system that do not spend beyond some dollars if the cost per acquisition is shooting up above this margin. So you do an A/B test for between bid strategies as well, and then continuously, of course, refine your audience targeting, because what happens is some audience is working well for you right now may not work the best for in future as well, because your title launches changes, your product offering changes every time. So you'll have to continuously refine your audience targeting over there as well. And then, of course, followed by the most, I think, important thing is having your block list, having your exclusions in place. So something like when you run a particular campaign, you'll notice that there are tens of thousands of websites it has served ads on. Now you pick particular websites and check whether these websites are actually delivering conversions or not for you, and then you create a block list out of it. So out of tens of thousands of websites, I'm very sure that every time for every campaign there would be hundreds of websites. So that are just eating up your money but are not actually helping you with your final KPI. So you pick those websites, you exclude them in your upcoming campaigns, and then just like website, you do the same exercise for apps as well, for ad exchanges as well. And then after a certain time, then you will realize that a certain set of websites are just not working well for you. Example, I'll just take news websites. So you'll notice that, oh, there are a lot of news websites that I'm serving my ads on, but these are not just working well for me. So let me just shift my focus on some other website, like let's say finance website. So you can block that entire category of news website only from DV360. So these are some of the optimizations that you can do to achieve your campaign goals and improve ROI.
There's a lot of going, like, you are doing a lot of things before making any campaign live on any publisher channel. So that you said that it ranges from bid optimization to screening of creatives at various levels, then like choosing the block list, choosing the audience segments, and then blocking any particular publisher website which is not giving you the desired results. There is a lot of things going on, and I think that this thing is becoming challenging day by day. Like from a publisher's perspective, that I am from a publisher field, so like the revenue which we are getting currently is reducing day by day. So I have talked with people like you and other ad tech companies. The money which we were getting was an easy money 3 years back. But now, since last 8 or 9 months, I am seeing that the revenue is constantly going down, and there is a need to diversify the channels of advertising revenue which we are currently like generating through. So, as you said, rightly said, that there is a lot of things which go beyond like only running the campaign. So these things also need to be kept in mind by the publishers, that there are too many things which are going while any campaign is being run on their publisher channel.
That's right. And
So we'll
what
move on.
happens is
Yeah.
that, let's say, if a brand has already identified a particular website is not working for a long time, and if it has put into a block list, it will be there in the block list for a large period of time, and then that publisher will eventually lose out the revenue that was coming from this brand. And this is happening because like you mentioned, 2-3 years ago, a lot of programmatic campaigns were running mainly for impressions, for clicks, for reach. But since last couple of years, like last 1 year or 2 years, I've noticed that every brand out there was uh, just wants to run after conversions
Yes.
from programmatic campaigns. And if
Purely
any
performance
particular
marketing
website is
campaigns.
not delivering that, yeah, so it will go into exclusion for a long time. So that's what happening, and that is why probably I think it is the decline in ad revenue that you're seeing, or probably publishers are seeing out there. And because there are so many websites also being created every day, I think
Yeah.
there are multiple now options for a brand to advertise on. If this website is not working well for me, I may just go ahead and shift my budget over there. So that is what is happening.
Yeah. Challenges, like from a advertiser point perspective as well as publisher's perspective. You said that many websites and apps have mushroomed during the last 3 years. The advertiser budget is limited, but
Correct.
your supply is unlimited now in terms of the
Correct.
content available on various publishing channels. And then you
Correct.
rightly said that the advertising has shifted from the impression based and CDR based campaign to conversion based campaigns. So conversion
Hmm.
is an altogether different ball game. So where you need to perform via your advertisement campaigns on any publisher site, and then you are paid accordingly according to the conversions made for that campaign.
Right.
So we'll move on to the next question and ask you that are there any programmatic technologies or platforms to automate and optimize ad placements and bidding?
Okay. Yeah, so we mainly rely on Google's own machine learning algorithm. It effectively optimizes your CPMs and chooses the right websites and app to serve ads on. But what I've noticed recently, there's a lot of development that is happening from Google, from third-party providers, that is actually automating this for you. So something like, I'll name Google's feature, something called as custom bidding. It's a new bidding technology that is helping you basically score the value of impression. Basically, you can now decide how much an if impression is worth for you as a brand. Now, how that can be done? I'll just give you a simple use case. Uh, like, I'm running a performance marketing campaign, so obviously the goal would be to drive conversions, and the final conversion would be purchase for me. But now custom bidding helps you also take install the first step, let's say, of the conversion journey as a conversion goal into the same campaign, and you can now tell the system that purchase is my final goal, but install is also a goal, but it is of less important, and purchase is of more important. So basically, you're driving two goals at the same time in the same campaign, and giving weights and giving importance to these goals, telling the system, you are yourself telling the system that purchase is more important for me and install is not. And then now the what is happening is, you are, since you have given two signals to the system is having more knowledge, more understanding about the user that it has to run after, it has to serve the ads on. And that's how the whole optimization is happening, and that's how you are able to now finally scale up the performance marketing campaigns through this bidding technology. There are third party, this was about Google's custom bidding feature. Now there are third party vendors also, I have seen that in last 2 years, that are now actually working in this space as well, which is basically optimizing again bidding for you. One of the vendors that I am aware of, I have worked with, is Cybids. So what it does is, it changes your CPM in real time as per the market needs. For example, let's say there's a sale, there's an Amazon Great India Festival sale coming up in the corner. So the CPM just shoots up because Amazon and Flipkart would just ramp up their spends, and then every other brand would also suffer. Now in that scenario, me as a brand, I would not really would know how much CPM should I increase so that I am able to spend my budget efficiently and drive those conversions. Sybits as a vendor does that for you in real time. It changes your CPM. It increases during, let's say, weekends on Saturday and Sunday, and it automatically also decreases when the other brands are also not spending, so that you don't just pay higher CPM everywhere every day. You pay the right CPM at the right time at the right place. So these are some automation technologies that I am aware of, that is actually helping all of us as performance marketers to drive conversions.
That helps you to like utilize the budget in a very effective manner,
Right,
so that there is no
right,
leakage happening. Since you are
right.
from performance marketing field, so performance matters. And if you lose like good distributes dollars in the running the campaigns and without any performance parameters like performance measurements being passed, then that will be like difficult for you to justify from your side.
Agreed. Yes.
So we'll move on to the next question, and I'll ask you that how do you manage and allocate budgets for programmatic advertising across different channels and campaigns?
Yeah. So budget allocation happens basis on camping goals and the historical data. What we do is, we typically go back and check if we have spent, let's say, $1 million across different channels. What was the outcome from each of these channels, and then reverse engineer it and create a media plan out of it, and then plan to spend X amount of budgets on each of these channels. But we also do a lot of experimentations by, let's say, keeping budgets same across, let's say, 10 channels, and increasing the budget only on the 11th channel. So what this does is basically that it will help you measure the incrementality part of the conversions that you want to check, because effectively you are just keeping same budgets across everywhere and increasing on one channel. So if you are seeing an uplift in conversion, if you are seeing an uplift in your final goals, that would have come basically from the incremented budget that you have kept on one channel. So we do a lot of experiments with budget allocations in such ways as well.
Okay. So it is not as linear as like many people think that the budget allocation works. Like suppose A has allocated this much, but a B has allocated. But from your side also, there is a lot of things going on before finalizing any budget for any particular campaign for any advertiser.
Right.
So we'll move on to the next question, and I'll ask you regarding real-time bidding. How do you
Hmm.
handle real-time bidding and programmatic direct buying in your advertising efforts?
Yeah. So we utilize a combination of both, basically, the open RTB and the programmatic deals as well. It totally depends on the objectives of the campaign that we have. I've noticed that for let's say for branding campaigns to drive impact, or example, if there's a launch nearby, or if there's a sale happening this weekend, I think programmatic guaranteed deal really helps in such campaigns, because you can go ahead and block a whole page, do a roadblock, do a masthead on YouTube, just and get that guaranteed impressions that you want from that particular website, because that particular publisher is catering to the customers who are interested in your own niche. So PG deals work very well in such scenario, and they also, what happens is, when you do a PG deal, you have high SOVs as well, high share of voice. So like typically above 50, 60, 70%, you can negotiate with the publisher the CPM price that you want, the number of days that you are expecting, the amount that you want to invest, and in return you get to fulfill your branding objectives. Followed by open auction. I've noticed that for performance marketing, open auction is the best way to go about it, because it gives you more control. You can go ahead and spend everywhere on all the publishers, and then later on optimize, just like we discussed. You can exclude particular websites. You can immediately quickly refine audience targeting. You do a lot of creative tests, so that all is flexibility is easily available on open RTP. So for performance marketing, I think open RTP is the best way to go about it.
In Open RTB, you are monetizing the remnant inventories available on any publisher channel. But if you are opting for a particular website and deciding to run your campaign and you are finalizing a programmatic deal, guaranteed deal for that, then you are getting a guaranteed impressions as well as other things which you negotiate with the publisher channel. So, like both things have their own, pros and cons. Like from
Agreed.
your performance marketer point of view, you have a lot of control while you are running open auctions campaigns. And like if you are willing to go for a direct campaign, you are going for a programmatic guarantee deal with end publishers. So that is also basis on your demand which you have for the advertiser, and accordingly you decide that what kind of campaign you are willing to run on that particular publishing channel, whether you want to run your open auction campaign or whether you want to run a PGD over there.
Right.
So I'll move on to the next question, and I will ask you that what data sources and audience insights inform your programmatic ad targeting decisions?
Yeah. So there are a lot of data sources that inform our ad targeting decisions. Primarily, I would say the first party data that we collect, like from our website, from our app, through the floodlight pixels or the device IDs that are collected through CRMs. What happens is you feed these audiences into the systems for the system to learn, and you can then run retargeting campaigns on it, a lookalike campaign on it. More importantly, there's a feature called as profile analysis on DV360. So
Okay.
what happens is, when you input these audiences, your first party audience, let's say these are purchased audiences, input these audiences on DV360, go to profile analysis. It tells you that the this particular audience list is having 40 percentage males, 60 percentage female, are falling into, let's say, 18 to 24 age group. And apart from demographics, it also gives you some interesting insight on their affinities. So you may feel that if you are, let's say, a sporting brand, you may feel that all of these audiences are only cricket enthusiasts, And when you upload these audiences, you will just know that okay, that my audiences are just not clicked into, they are also beyond what they I used to think of. They are also movie lovers. Let's say they are also food junkies. All of these insights can be captured via profile analysis that is available on TV360. And then what happens is that you take these insights and then you feed back again to into your campaign. So you get to target newer audiences when you use your first party audiences and pick audiences from these analysis. It also gives insights on in market audiences. Let's say if these audiences are in market right now to buy a motorcycle, or to buy a car, or to buy a home loan, something like that. All of these insights are available, so you can use this to fine tune your messaging as well, to make some changes in creators as well. So all of that is available on TV360.
It has a lot of scope. Like I have learned that from like DV60 has got a lot of additional features which can be capitalized by like the marketers for optimizing any kind of campaign. So we'll move on to the next question, and I will ask you that regarding the brand safety and ad fraud, which is one of the most important parameters of running any campaign. Then how do you ensure brand safety and ad fraud prevention in your programmatic
Hmm.
advertising campaigns?
Yeah, so I think for every brand, brand safety and ad fraud is a top priority. No one would want to serve ads on any unsafe environment. A lot of us employ that pre-bid and post-bid verification tools that assess the quality and safety of the placement. That is definitely one of the most important feature that is used by the brands. Additionally, I think since some brands are there in this advertising space for a long time, they've already curated a list of learnings that list of websites, a list of apps, a list of keywords that the brand should never be advertising on, because the campaigns were live since a lot of years. So that list has been created and modified and curated since many years, and is also curated in real time. So when you run a campaign this month, when you pull a website a list, you would realize that even after doing so many exclusions, so many using verification tool, there would be still a few websites that are not very brand safe. Then you pull that list and share it with the parent company, and then it is being just circulated everywhere globally, and then no one anywhere would serve ads on these websites.
Okay. Okay. And like there are certain companies like IAS and Moat which are like helping in the ensuring the brand safety and ad fraud not happening on these websites. So this is
Right.
this that it needs to be like integrated in publisher platform, or this is something which DV360 can also offer.
Yes. So this is also something TV360 offers. I think Google has its own double verify verification tool. So you can also they also have an exclusion list in place directly. You can just pick a particular audience, let's say kids audience or alcohol kind of websites. You can pick these audience list and these category of websites and straight away negate it from the campaign. So these third-party tools are also very helpful to make sure that you are serving ads in a brand safe environment.
All right, all right. And these the brand safety and like ad fraud prevention also form part of the KPIs.
Yes. So when you are running a branding campaign, when your goal is awareness, so you drive a lot of unique reach, and while doing so, in that process, you are reaching out to many websites. You are serving ads on so many websites. At that time, it is yes very important to be in a brand safe environment, and all these tools definitely help achieve these KPIs and these goals.
All right. So we'll move on to the next question, and this question is regarding the cross-channel attribution. So, how do you think that a cross-channel attribution can be handled, and what is the impact of programmatic advertising on customer journeys be measured
Yeah.
accordingly?
So yeah, cross-channel attribution is absolutely critical to understand because it helps you measure the holistic impact of a programmatic advertising campaign. So I think usage of different attribution models helps here. So you don't just look at last touch or last click attribution model for a converting channel. You also look at first touch, you also look at linear. There are many such multi-touch attribution models that are available. This will actually allow you to allocate credit accurately to each of these channels, and then you can optimize your marketing mix accordingly. And then additionally, I think there are a lot of reports now finally available to measure cross-channel attribution. So if you are an app-heavy brand and you are having MMP into place to measure the conversions, now these MMP is something like AppsFlyer gives you a contributor report, so which helps you look beyond the last touch. So now you can know that if let's say Meta is driving hundreds of conversions, but just before Meta the customer has seen an ad from DV360 as well, and just before that he must have searched somewhere. So contributor touch points, I think up to 3 touch points before a final purchase is made, all of these reports are now available on MMP. So you make extensive use of these reports, do analysis and see the true impact of a channel. So example, let's say DV360 may not be bringing you last touch conversions, but it may be in the conversion journey at for a one touch point. It may be the second last channel just before the conversion. So it is still a high impacting channel which is actually influencing the user to make a purchase in the conversion journey.
All right, all right. That is quite informative from like from publisher side. These kind of things are like not very much we are aware of. So it is very much insightful. So we will move on to the next question, and this question is regarding the programmatic advertising formats or creative strategies which have proven successful to you while running any programmatic advertising campaign.
Yeah. So I think for me as a performance marketer, the static ads, 300 by 250, 320 by 50, 720 by 98, all of these have been like the best ad formats and ad sizes that one can use for performance marketing campaigns to drive conversions. Static ads, GIF ads, and then YouTube video ads, the outstream ads, vertical, the landscape ads on YouTube in stream. All of these have, yes, definitely proven very successful to drive conversions. However, DV360 also like offers variety of rich media ad formats like swirl. There's cue card. So there's an ad basically you can take users input also. You can just swipe through the collection of offering that you are giving to a customer. The user can now check on the second slide, on the third slide. So you are basically not just showing that, you're also taking customers input to an ad, which is which can only be done through a rich media ad and can be deployed by DV360 as well. Now these are high engaging ads and helps you like effectively convey your brand message and the storytelling. One of the example I would give is that I remember that a couple of years ago there was a launch of product that was happening by a brand. So they did this countdown ad. So 10 days to go. If a user is seeing an ad tomorrow, he would see 9 days to go, 12 hours remaining, something like that. So now what this rich media ad does is it creates a sense of urgency and a recall, that now the customer will always know that okay, now only 9 days after today I'll have to go to this website and buy that product. So that now these are some really creative ways that you can effectively communicate your message from a programmatic campaign. I've also seen quite a lot of moment marketing ads also. Let's say during sporting events, Virat Kohli is at a strike rate of 130. You will see in the ads also Virat at 130, something like that. So movement marketing campaigns are also becoming a big thing for branding campaigns. And then of course I think the last but not the least, the most important one, data driven creatives. So because as we know that language changes in India at every 80 to 20 25 kilometers. So having that regional creatives also in place for your campaigns is also a very important thing. You may run Hindi ad in a Hindi speaking majority regions, but also you'll have to run Tamil, Telugu ads in South as well, so that they can relate with the ad. These are some strategies that brands deploy to make through the cut of so many ads that the customer sees.
Okay. And these strategies are also specific to the publishing channels you are choosing for running the advertisement. The one thing you said that the regionality also matters and the
Correct.
languages change, but the strategies which you are like the formats you are choosing for running any campaign or any publishing channel, the format of creatives, that also depends on what kind of channel you want to run your campaign on.
Yes, yes, agreed. So there are like these news websites which are like totally curating content on in Hindi language, in Tamil or Telugu, something like Enadu. So when you're running an ad on these website, definitely the ad should be native. It should not look like something which is very different from the website. So having the regional language in the ad, which is suiting to the publisher, definitely helps you generate additional clicks from that ad.
All right, all right. So move on to the next question, and I'll ask you regarding the challenges or obstacles you have faced in implementing any programmatic advertising campaign, and how have you addressed those challenges?
I think there are a couple of challenges. I think one would be the overexposure of impressions through ads through multiple channels. So, for example, if I am a customer, I may see the ad on a website, and again, if I go on YouTube, I would see I think the ad talking about the same thing again, probably with a two or three frequency. Same goes with the static ads also. So multiple, I think there's an overexposure of impression to a user through display, through video, through various channels. Not everything can be controlled. That's a challenge, but I think some part of it can be controlled. One way would be that you run your YouTube campaign and your display website and app campaign on one channel only, and that channel can be DV360, because then what you're doing is you're keeping a frequency cap on top of the campaign. You're making sure that you do not serve more than, let's say, three times an impression to the same user on display, website, app, and let's say YouTube. And beyond that, the customer would does not see that. So you're not bombarding the customer now with a lot of impressions. So that challenge can be solved, at least for the Google owns product. But then Meta, Snapchat, TikTok are of course their own entity, so that the user would still see the ads on these many social media channels. So that challenge would definitely be there. I think another challenge is with the brands themselves, that nobody is nowadays patient to wait for the results. Today I went live with a campaign. I would want to see the results next week itself. That patience is not there, because programmatic channel is a different is slightly different from what you expect from Meta or from search. These are highly impactful channels, but for programmatic it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of inputs. It takes a lot of signals for machine learning to learn from. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of money to spend. So patience is one of the I think biggest challenge brands face, and that is why the money is immediately shift from programmatic to another channels, because brands definitely easily lose patience when they're not hitting that KPIs.
Right, right, right. Last week, I was hearing the news that major ad tech companies like Taboola and Outbrain have shifted from programmatic to direct advertising.
Hmm.
I don't know why this transition is happening. Maybe one of the reasons which you said, that the advertisers are losing their patience because of because they are not getting any results instantly. So that is one of the things which is driving such things.
Correct.
And the
Correct.
global scenario is also something which is not so good as far as US economy is concerned and all. So there
Hmm.
is a lot going on. The debt ceiling and all and everything. The economy is not looking so good. So that is clearly reflecting in that kind of revenue and the campaigns which are currently
Hmm.
running via through the advertisers of US. So
Hmm.
this is one of the things, and this is very, very important thing you touched, that the patience is required for like getting any kind of campaigns, because your optimization process has a lot of cycles. So you need to go through all those cycles in
Exactly.
order to churn the exact result. And so optimization doesn't happen instantly. It takes time. And once the time is being taken, then the results will be surely be out of it. Okay,
True.
so we have our last question here for this programmatic ad tech podcast. And I would like to ask you regarding the emerging technologies in programmatic advertising, or trends in programmatic advertising, that you are exploring or you are planning to adopt.
Yeah, I think there's this increased use of AI and ML everywhere to drive personalization. You will see AI and ML optimizing your campaign in the back end, AI and ML to help you uh, generate those creatives which would uh, uh, engage with the audiences effectively. And then there's AI and ML everywhere, even for bidding strategies like we discussed. There's an AI and ML usage over there as well. So this is the thing. AI is the thing. It would be everywhere. About time, I think there would be an AI and ML to set up and implement campaigns also for you. I feel that soon to come. Another thing I would say that connected TV is becoming an increasingly popular channel. So recently, I was attending this Google's YouTube brandcast where they had announced that connected TV would now have a 30-second non-skip ad. So up to this date, it was only having 15 or 20-second non-skip ad. So now increasing that to a 30-second is a testimony that now even Google is testing newer formats on CTV, so probably to boost ad recalls for brand on YouTube. So there are a lot of these exploration that is happening beyond just website and apps to connected TVs, to digital out of homes, to audio ads. So such traditional advertising channels are also now becoming digital channels in a way. And programmatic is now becoming more and more integrated with these traditional advertising channels. And these trends typically align with the changing customer behavior, because now people are adopting more and more connected TVs. People are now more on OTTs. So now programmatic also like offers exciting opportunities to engage with these audiences and in a new and innovative ways.
Right, right, right. So I think we are done with today's podcast, and it was very much informative and insightful to hear your viewpoints regarding the questions which I asked for related to programmatic advertising and the changes happening in programmatic advertising field. And the viewers as well as the followers on the LinkedIn will also enrich from the information which you have shared regarding the programmatic advertising segments. And the questions were also relevant. Thank you for providing the suggestions to improve the questions which you had provided. And that is something which will help the programmatic advertising professional to know the programmatic landscape in a better way and implement many things in their own professional arena. Okay, so thank you very much, Uwais. And I wish you all the best for all your future endeavors in performance marketing field. And would like to talk to you again, like after a certain point of time when things change, because the things are daily evolving in the era of artificial intelligence and machine learning. There are too many things going on. So we would like to have another session again after some point of time with you. So thank you very much for your time. And I would request you to keep your system on for around 5 minutes so that the local system upload happens from your PC. That shows 98% uploaded currently. Okay.
Correct, correct. Thank you so much, Kishile. I think this is a great initiative driven by you, because like I said, I don't think there are any other podcast or any medium where a fresher or an experienced individual can go through such type of conversations in depth. So this is a great initiative. I'm honored to be a part of this. Thank you so much again for having me here.
Yeah, thank you, Wes. Have a good day. Bye bye.
You too. Bye.